आ गए हमारे चीफ गेस्ट। Okay, so today we're going to look over the async, callback, those topics. So what is async? Means what you're getting from the term async. Yesterday we had discussed something, sync and async. Means synchronous and asynchronous. Okay, so when the term came here, mostly you will get, it means that negative form. Okay, inside that itself a callback will be also there. One second, that is this. Okay, let me go through that documentation also. Ajax, jQuery, graphics. Yeah, so callback. Here itself you will get the topic async. Right. So what means callback? What you getting from the term callback in the normal English? What you getting? Please just speak. Already we had a late 15
So,
minutes.
return repeat.
Yeah, means call back means you going to call some back again to come back. Correct? Is like this type. So it means that itself means when it will call back only whenever somebody will call. Okay, means suppose you going to market and after, during going time itself, if somebody had called you, then what you will do? You will return back. So that is the things in the case of callback. So I will call back later means if you return some callback function, that function will be available. Means they are doing their work, but in the future we going to call that function. Means the name itself a callback. If you have to define, you can tell that we can define the function, but we will use that function in the later, in the future, whenever there is a requirement. So a callback is a function passed as an argument to another function. What is the mean of this? We will create one function and we will create the one function more, means we will create two function, but in one function we will pass the function itself as an argument, that will known as the callback function. Let me make that. What is the date today? 39. Where it gone? 39. I had it an underscore. Oh, due to that it gone top. Okay. So from that definition, what we had understand, we understand that, let me open the console. Yeah, so from definition what we had get, we got that a callback function is a function passed as an argument to another function. Means suppose we will create one function that is named as function A. Fine. We will create one more function. This will name as function B. Fine. This will name as function B. And from the definition, what you getting? From the definition, what you got? Some idea? What you got? Tell me. A callback function is a function passed as an argument to another function. Means as an argument. So pass this function as an argument. So where? Inside this. Got it? Something like this. But we don't know whether correct or not. But according to definition, we got something like this thing. That one function is there and this one another function. And what we done, we create means we had passed that function, another function inside the another function, means first function you can tell as an argument. So that is known as the callback. So this technique allow a function to call another function. By this way, we are going to call one function via another function like this way. So this is my another function, second function, and this is my first function. So inside the first function, we had passed the second function as an argument. This becomes your first function. This is my second function. Fine. So what we done? We had passed the second function as an argument to the first function. So second function become the callback function. So like this type, we can create the callback. So this technique allow a function to call the another function. By this way, we had called. Next, a callback function can run after another function had finished. Means when it will run, once the another function will get finished, then only that function will get called. Now let's over some examples. So function sequence means how the function will be get called. So JavaScript functions are executed in the sequence they are called. Means as we calling, they getting executed. Suppose that remove this for right now. We created first function, we created second function. So how the function will get called? So suppose we return like this, then we return like this type. Who will get called first? Function A or function B?
Function is
Function A, because JavaScript execution is doing accordingly the sequence wise. So A having the first sequence, B having second sequence. But suppose that this is written on the top itself. Is this will matter? Means now also the execution of the function sequence will be same or it will be different. It will be same because
same.
whether your function is available on the first or second, it's not the matter. What is the matter? Matter is the sequence, how you're going to call the function. So calling of the sequence is the matter. Okay, so let's just see what we done here. We written one function. Inside that we had to call the function. And where is the function? So this one. Let's copy this complete line. See, this is the game of the function only. There is nothing you will get extra, but this all are the game of function. We already know. Okay, so what we written here? We written one function, that is my function. Inside my function, we had written some my display, hello, this, that, something. Next, we written my second function. Inside my second function, we again written my display goodbye. Now I calling my first function, then we calling my second function. What will be the output in both cases? And where is the my displayer? My displayer is not written. Means we have to take that. That function is available then somewhere. My displayer is here. Correct? So what it will do? So when we call my first function, then we call the second function. So when we called my first function, what will happen? It will go to this function and it will call which one? This function. Then where is this function? This function is available here. Then you will get the output. correct? Second time you called my second function, then what happened? My second function will get called, and then what happened? This function will get called goodbye, and then they will pass as a argument here, and then document dot get element by id whatever dot inner html, then it will print that goodbye. Okay, so like that a sequence will be work. So this is the process or sequence how JavaScript is executing. So that is written there. This is the sequence of the execution, and they are as they will called. It's not matter how you had written, where you had written. It's not the matter. Matter is that how you are going to call that function. So that is the sequence. Fine. Next line. In this example, what you will see, the hello or this that, let it to be, nothing is there. Then what is going to do here? Let's see this also. What is done? Then here it calling my second function first, and here they called my first function, means in the second one, means they had changed the position. So due to changing position, output will also change.
But sir, here overriding the function, sir.
Yeah,
Override, sir.
yeah, correct. Because that's why itself be getting the output of the last one. See that my first, where is the my first? My first is a hello, and this hello will be passed as an argument. So be getting the hello because last value it getting override. But if you will print in console, you will not get override.
Sir, here pass plus also, sir. It's not.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that also. Then also means say like assignment operator.
Yeah,
Next,
sir.
sequence control. So what is the sequence control? Means sometime you will like to have better control over the when to execute a function. Means suppose you had written my first function, my second function, and my display. Three function was going, but when you call the first function, it called automatic the my displayer one, and then it getting the execution. When we called my first, then automatic my displayer is also getting called. When we calling my first function, that time also my displayer is also getting called. But I want to control, means as per our requirement. So what we will do? So we will go with that. Suppose you want to do a calculation and then display the result. Okay, you could call a calculator function, save the result, and then call the another function my displayer to display the result. Let's go through the examples. So what we're going to do here? Control. Control the row. Okay, or sequence, sequence. Okay, let's see what we had written. I think something is missing. Let's see that. Okay, so what we written here? Now we had written my displayer, then we written my calculator, and be calling that result. Fine. There is no any, you can't tell that callback this that, nothing is there. Just it's going normal function itself. When callback will come, we will see that. But it's going normally itself. Alt, Control Alt and F. The shortcut of that. Yeah. So my calculator, we going to call this one my calculator. So due to my calculator, where it will reach? It will reach to the my calculator function. And due to my calculator function, it will take the 5 and 5 as a num1 and num2. It will do the operation, then it will return the value. So where it will return? Who will get this value of sum? Which variable?
Result, sir.
Result. Because who going to call that function? So result is going to call. Correct? After this, what we are going to do? We are going to call the another one, my displayer. And in my displayer, we going to pass the result value. Whatever result will come, we going to pass that. So after passing, where it will go? It will go to my displayer function. and it will call this function, correct? For that display purpose. Means what we done here? Here we had called the function, we assign the value to the variable, and once you will get the output, then you're going to display the result. That we are doing. Means we are controlling. Some way you can tell that you're going to control your result and output, both things. Next, or you could call a calculator function and then let the calculator function call the display my displayer. Means what we had done here? Here we had done my calculator function we called, and then my display function. Something is there again. Let's see what they had written in this line of code. I think it looks same. There is no, yeah, okay, got it. What a difference. Here you can write example 1. Okay. Next, same thing, whatever we had done on the top, the same thing is here also. Yeah, in this case, what are we doing? We are calling this my calculator function, and inside my calculator function, which will get called, my calculator will get called. Then it will do the operation, and whatever operation resultant will be there, like resultant will be with the sum, and then be passing this sum means value to whom? My displayer. And in my displayer, the sum will be passed, and this will be now showing the output. Means what is this function known as? What is the name of this function?
Wait, sir.
What?
Callback.
Callback? No. What is this function? We had, see, if callback will come, I will tell that this is callback, but still I not use the name callback. Means callback not came. But what we are doing, we are calling like that. Means in place of writing callback, what we are doing and what is the problem that we are looking over. Means we are going in front of, means towards the callback itself, but we not going directly. We are going in the sequence. We are controlling the flow. First we are doing that. What is the name of this function? In the function itself we had seen who all is available. Let me check first. Anonymous. Wow, great.
Sir, nested.
Yeah, nested function. Sweta, this is function call. Okay, where is the function? Function is here. Then how you told that this is anonymous function? Function having name, correct? Then only this function get called with the help of the function name. Okay, so this is the nested function because we are calling the function inside the function. So here, what is the problem in this one? So the problem with the first example, say which example? Example 1, this one. What we had done here, we had called calculator, then we had a call, we are calling the display method for displaying purpose. Here we are calling the calculator method, and inside the calculator itself we are calling the display method. Now look over the problems. The problem with the first examples is that you have to call two functions to display the result, correct? In this case we are calling this both, means one function will be this one, then this function will be, then only you get the result, correct? So this was the problem. Okay, what is the problem in the second? So the problem with the second example is that you cannot prevent the calculator function from the display the result. Means in this section you can't stop this display result. Suppose you had done any wrong operation wrongs, then also you have to display the result, because this function is calling inside the function. Means you can't stop that, correct? So this become the problem for this method. Means here you calling only one time, but the problem is that we are calling, but inside the calculator we are calling the display function, this display method or display function, due to the call inside the nested, due to the nested call, this function you can't stop from the displaying the result. Okay, so now we will discuss regarding how to implement with the help of callback. So now it is the time to bring in a callback. So next, JavaScript callback. So JavaScript, had you seen what is the difference and what are the issue? Means for doing one operation, B was calling 2 times. Here, be doing only, means we are calling only one function call, then also be calling inside and it not going to stop that flow. That is the problem. So now the means the time came for the callback. So what is the callback? A callback is a function passed as an argument to another function. Meant it will pass as an argument, whatever we had studied on the top itself. So using a callback, you could call a calculator function, my calculator with a callback, and let's the calculator function run the callback after the calculation is finished. Means once the calculation will finish, then only this function will get called. Let's see how we are writing that. Okay, both problems I written here. Now using callback, what we are doing here? Let's look over the output, whether we getting output or not. Where we had printed, we not printed the demo is there. Demo is there. Yeah, ID4. Okay, we getting on the here browser side. Okay, so what are we doing here? So here we had written one function that is my displayer function as like usual previously also same thing. Next we written one my calculator function. Okay, and my calculator function we are passing two argument. One is number one, another is num2, and something we had written here my callback. This is argument. Now this is function call itself, but this you can tell that we are passing like a argument. So what we doing here? We taken num1, num2, and then my callback is there. Next, when we start calling my calculator, okay, my calculator function. So when we start calling, it have three argument. So we will pass three value. So one value is 5, second value is 5, and what is third value? What is this one? My display. What is this actually? According to definition, what we had told in the definition. What is this one? Any idea?
Argument, sir.
Argument. Okay. Others? Anyone? That's okay. That's argument. But something different we had seen there.
Sir, it's calling, it's returning value with my callback, sir.
It returning value. Okay. What was the definition of callback? Why others no means others not speaking? What is the issue actually? Roshan, then Shivani, Dharmender, Shivani Kumari, Sweta. Means you not getting or you know or you not getting the audio. What is the issue actually? See, if you will not speak, you will not get. Okay, that is the point. Maybe this will not good for you, but that is the reality. So what we had learned in the definition of the callback. Now go to the
Sir,
definition first. Yeah.
फंक्शन में फंक्शन आर्ग्यूमेंट के रूप में पास होता है सर.
Yeah. So this is the definition. Function passed as an argument to another function. Correct? So where is the my display? My display is the function. Is this correct or not? And this function going to pass as an argument. Argument means This is argument. Here we had passed the 3 argument. So as an argument, we going to pass the value. Okay. So here as an argument, we going to pass the function. So which function we going to pass? We are passing the my displayer function. So where is my displayer function? My display function is here. Got it? Next. Okay. So we done here my calculator. Then we taking one argument. Then we taking second argument. Then we taking the third argument. It's not necessary that there here we will write my callback. Here we can write anything. Suppose we writing just A, B, C. Okay. Just A, B, C. So in callback, suppose that 1 second. My display function is this one. My displayer function. So in my displayer function, one argument is there, sum. One argument is written there, sum. So what we will do? Where is the my displayer function? Now, my displayer function is coming with the help of ABC because we had to rename this third argument. So this is coming with the help of ABC. So in case of my callback, we will rename here. Is this correct or not?
Yes.
We will do. And here it want one argument because this have to display on the UI. So that argument we are passing here itself. Got it? But see, the way of writing, let's say look over the output first, whether it's working fine or not. So be getting 10. Correct? Let's say rename this. Save. You not got any value because we had a rename and a reference error. ABCA is not defined at my calculator. Where is my calculator? My calculator is here. Be writing that ABCA, but from where that coming? This is coming from here. Let's say rename this. Save. We got the output. Clear? So what we doing? So in the third argument, inside the my calculator or my function, whatever we had done, suppose that you not want this one. Wait. Go with my calculator first, my callback. Yeah. So what we done here? Just go to the quickly. We had declared one function as like normal. My this one, my displayer function, and inside whatever you have to do, that's you can do. Next, you going to create one more function, my calculator. Fine. After this, I going to call that my calculator function. When you calling that, how much arguments are required that you're going to pass? So suppose that you want only 2 argument, not much. Let it to be, remove this. You want only 2 argument, num1, num2. My displayer is not there. Just for right now, remove this. This become normal, simple, whatever we are writing. Now pass callback. So how to pass callback? Callback means we will pass the function as an argument. Which is the function? My displayer is the function. So when you passing callback, no need to pass the keyword function. You will write just function name, my displayer. No need to pass argument, this, that, parenthesis, no need. Fine. Let's save. You not get output. Okay. So when we passed here 3 argument, we will receive the 3 argument here also. Num1, num2, num3. Means suppose that third is my something be taken FUN. Okay. Fun. Then be taking here SUM. Let's go with do here console.log and write here SUM. Let's see whether we getting output in the console. Yeah. So we got the output in the console. Fine. What about FUN? If we will take in the console, what are you thinking? What will be the output? If we taking this FUN, what will be output? Anyone?
Undefined, sir.
Undefined. What about others? Error. Okay. Others?
Undefined, sir.
Okay. Let's see. Undefined, error, or what? What is the thing? Where is undefined? Because
Function
we are
incomplete
passing
function.
what thing? What thing we are passing from here? My displayer, line number 73. We are passing
Function.
the function, that is callback function. Correct? Because with the help of callback only, you can pass the function as an argument, and that we are doing. we are passing the function itself as an argument. So when you passed here my displayer, and you taking that, receiving that with the help of the fun keyword, whatever you have written. So with the help of that, then what we will get? We will get that function itself, my displayer here also. Got it? That's why in the console we got the function my displayer, complete function, because we are passing that. But what we want to pass that value sum, whatever resultant we got, we want to pass. Let's say remove this fun, put some name, my. Okay. Now my callback be written. Now the problem came. How we will pass the argument? Correct. Because in that case, my callback, one argument is required, because my displayer having one argument, sum. Let's save and check whether we getting error. So we not get error, we got not output. Output is also not, because output have to display on the UI. So how we will pass? Like normal as function type itself. So we will pass the parenthesis and we will pass our output, whatever you means, whatever value you want to pass. Let's save. So we got a 10 in the UI, in the async method. Below of async, we got the value. Clear? Or anyone having any issue? How to write callback? How to pass the value? Is this clear or not? So this way we can pass. Now see, using a callback, you could call the calculator function my calculator with a callback and let the calculator function run the callback after the calculation is finished. Means once this process of the calculation will get finished, once the process of this calculation will get finished, then only this will get called, because this is callback. Means callback means function will get called later. That is the main key point. So be seen this one in the above example. My displayer is the name of function. Already I had explained all the things that is written here. It is passed to my calculator as an argument. We passed that as an argument, my displayer. Okay. Next, when you pass a function as an argument, remember not to use the parenthesis. Okay. Let's do one thing. Pass that parenthesis. Let's see. Be getting output. Yeah. What output is there? My callback is not a function. Means which line number? Line number is 69. Where is the
Sir,
60?
it is a argument, sir.
Yeah, this one. Because we had passed like, okay, argument. Let's pass the argument also. What we can pass? Pass 12 something. Let's save. You got the output error. My callback is not a function. Line numbers this one 769. What is the issue? Issue is that we are trying to call my callback, but here we are passing that with the help of parenthesis. So callback function will never pass in the form of parenthesis. That is the main reason. Got it? Okay or not? Next, when to use a callback. So the above example are not yet very exciting. They are simplified to teach you the callback syntax. This was the callback syntax. So where callback really sign in the asynchronous function. So when it will go, it will be very much helpful in the case of the asynchronous, where one function has
Sir,
to wait.
synchronous run as a parallelly, sir.
Yeah, wait, we will come on that. We had not covered that thing.
Like that, sir. This one.
This is written here. See.
Yeah, function run as a parallelly.
Yeah, we not called on that. We discussed. See, this all comes under the asynchronous topic. Okay, that is the point. Whatever callback be this that, see that asynchronous is the main topic. Inside callback, asynchronous, promise, async and await. These all topics are there. Okay, yeah. So when the callback will be work and it will show the output and it's more useful. That is the case of the asynchronous. So in the case of asynchronous, you will get more beneficial for this one. So they are simplified to teach you the callback syntax. So now we got the idea how to write the callback function, how to call, how to pass the argument, how to use. Up to here, anyone having any issue? How to write the callback or this thing? No issue?
No, no,
Fine.
sir.
Where callback really sign are in the asynchronous function when where one function has to wait for another function, means in the case of asynchronous we have to wait for other function to run for completing, like that is async and await, like waiting for a file to load. Suppose that you going to upload the file. Okay, what you are doing, you are just clicking the file uploader from where html page, and then you are waiting for the upload the file. Once it complete, then only you are proceeding. Like when you uploading the written test answer, what you doing, you are clicking, you uploading, you are waiting for the response. Once you get the message that file uploaded successful, then only you are moving in the next thing. Correct? So same thing, we are going to wait, means we are using that callback in that scenario itself where we have to wait. So asynchronous function are covered in the next chapter. Okay, fine. So what is the asynchronous? So I will finish later. See, something is written there. Functions are running parallelly with one other functions called the asynchronous. So what is asynchronous? Let's make one new file. What is callback function?
Calling another function
Where?
inside.
No, not the proper. Give proper definition.
Callback is a function passed as an argument to another function.
Yeah. So passed as a argument to another function. So 2.js, fine. Yeah. So here we will look over A, S, Y, and C. We are short, means a short, in short form we are writing async, but this is going to be like asynchronous. Okay. Synchronous or asynchronous, two keyword is there, but mostly we are writing just async. In interview also, they're not going to ask you this much. They will tell that sync and async. That's it. Okay, so what is this? So I will finish later. This is for the callback. I will call later. There, that is I will call later. But here that is I will finish later. See this. In the case of callback, I will call back later. But in the case of async, I will finish later. Okay, keep in mind this thing. Why this came like this type? 1 second. Async is on top. Okay. Uh, So async function, I will finish later. Function running in parallel with other function are called the asynchronous function. Means what is the asynchronous function? Function running in the parallel with the other function. Means yesterday we had seen the examples. Which one? We was going market and we gone for the banking application in both scenario. What we had seen in the case of the banking application, one function was completing their task. Suppose ATM withdraw, and then we are going for the UPI, then we gone for the check. Means one function have to complete, then only it will move to the next one. But in the case of which one? Market case. If we gone for purchase the market fruits, vegetable, dress, three things. In that case, if you not able to get the milk, you gone for the second work, that is a dress. So the work of the milk means the shopkeeper is already working for that part. Means he is already collecting the milk, purchasing from somewhere, this that means he is doing their operations. You are doing your operation, means you are moving for that. You purchasing here, suppose that milk, okay, here you doing some another task, that is dress purchasing. Then here you doing another activity, that is vegetable purchase. Okay, so if you gone to purchase the milk, milk is not there, you move in the second layer for the next work. But when you move for purchasing the milk, means for the next activity, what happened for the milk? Is the milk work is going still or not? Means the shopkeeper is already in the in that activity, means he is arranging that one. He not wait that you will come back, then I will start arranging. It's not like that. It was doing where, when we was working with the multi-threading in the banking application. Means when your bank transaction will not finish, suppose that you done phone pay, okay, next you done the ATM. So if you doing phone pay or ATM, so that time your thread was locked, because you have to perform this operation first, then only your thread will come back for giving the response, then only this work will start. Means here in one time, at one time only one work was doing. But in this case, at one time multiple work is going on. Means you had given the order of the milk, you moved next, you gone for the purchasing of the dress, whatever may be available or not available, let it to be, you moved again next. Then you purchased this one, then you came back, then you taking this, because this function is already completed, because this whatever activity is going on, this already completed, because you means same time multiple function was running. Means the same time arranging of milk is also running, same time dress is also working, then vegetable is also working, and you itself is working for collecting these all things. But in the banking application, what was happening, it waiting for this response, means like a phone pay transaction completed, then only it will move to the ATM one, then it will move to the check one. It will not wait, means it will not work at the same time that you had done the transaction from phone pay, ATM, and um, check. So it's not like that all three will work at the same exact 11 o'clock. No, it will do within some few, means milliseconds difference.
Sir,
Yeah.
so we tell this example as a synchronous, sir.
Yeah, suppose here what was happening, here we was running the parallelis many function or not.
Yes, sir. That is
This was
called, sir, like a
yes,
parallel. Yeah,
this this is
asynchronous.
asynchronous,
Yeah, yeah.
correct, and this is your banking application. But here what is happening, only one operation is going in one time, so this become your synchronous. Got it? Here multiple function is working, here multiple function is working or not, what you realize in this case, shopping, that person gone for the purchasing the milk, then it move for the next thing, then it move for the next thing, multiple function is working at same time or not.
Yes, sir.
See, if I told means not that I told correct, maybe some mistake, but I thinking that's the going on. Okay, so asynchronous function running parallel with other function means same time, so that is known as the asynchronous, and a good example of the set timeout. So what is happening, this example used in the previous chapter was very simplified, the purpose of example to demonstrate callback. Let's say right, okay, we already had written this one. Okay, this example already we had seen. So my means my display function we had taken, here we had taken my calculator, and here we had passed my calculator and callback, that is my displayer, correct? So in the above example, what we had seen, my displayer function is the name of the function and it passed as an argument. Now in the real world, callback function are most often used with the synchronous function. With synchronous function, you are going to mostly using this one. A typical example is set timeout. What are you getting from the term set timeout in the just normal English word?
It is a take like a interval, sir.
Yeah, interval means a set timeout means it will wait for the time to over. Correct. Time out means some time we are telling that after 5 seconds means if we had fixed set timeout for 5 seconds. So what will happen? Once 5 seconds will complete, then only that will means whatever activity you want to do, then only you will do. Suppose that you have exam. So at 10 o'clock, your work will complete. Means you can start the test or you can start something. So at exact 10 o'clock, your portal will get open. So what it going to do? It going to use the set timeout. Okay. So yeah. So that is a waiting for a timeout. That means the set timeout. When using the JavaScript function set timeout, you can simplify, you can specify a callback function to execute on timeout. Means once your time will get over, that time you have to call callback function to execute your operations. So let's see what we had written. So what we written? We written one function that is set timeout, and see one thing. Just wait. So set timeout. Here we are writing like this. Okay. Wait. I will make comment. So set timeout, set interval. Many things are there. Get the latest perform. Okay. So what we are writing? We are writing set timeout. So once you written set timeout, some more suggestion I was getting. Okay. So like this type, it is writing. The sample example is this one. So see, set timeout. This become your callback function. Correct or not? We already we was writing this thing in for each.
Yes, sir.
So this is your callback. And here timeout. You have to tell that at what time you going to execute this. So you have to tell here duration. Duration like what is this duration? Any idea, anyone?
Milliseconds, sir.
Sir, 2 seconds.
2 seconds or 2 milliseconds?
2 milliseconds, sir. 2 seconds की.
I think this will be 2 millisecond. 2000.
Yeah.
Correct or not?
Sir, the 2. अच्छा हाँ sir.
I'm also don't know, sir, but I
Yeah,
know
that
like
is actually millisecond. Let's just say. Yeah. Who? In interview they are asking this thing, that what it taking, what is the value. Callback function, it's a too important. See this,
Yeah, sir.
2 second equal to 2000 millisecond. Okay, so what it will do, it will call this function at each 2 millisecond. Fine, but same thing we had written on the top, but we had written in different form. What is that actually difference? We had called the function directly, but here in this line of code, what we are doing, we are writing the function there itself. Correct. But in that place, in the above one, we had simplified the sentence and we had written the function separately and then we calling. But both are same. It's not an issue. Anyone having doubt in this one? So okay. So what it will do? So when you writing this function set timeout, what it will do? We can write on the second line, means last also or not. Will it work? Means first or last? Is it matter
Sir,
position? Yeah.
sir, here when we passing a function as a argument, we can't make in the end, sir, parenthesis, sir.
So see,
That will
that
be
fine. This is not the function. This is callback function. Okay.
yeah, okay, sir.
Because this is asynchronous task. Multiple work is going on. See what it will do. It will call this function after 3 seconds. Let's save. Let's go to UI. See this, I running that function. What is the output? Now output is 10. Just wait for few seconds. You got that? Got it? So what happened? After 3 seconds, it was calling that function. Increase this value 3 to 5. After 5 milliseconds, it will call. Still millisecond not completed. Yeah, got it. So, but now tell me, if you had written like this function, what we can do? Okay, write one function here. Just normal function, addition, and just write something log, or do one thing. Write with that get operation itself. Means document dot get demo, and I writing just 20, nothing more, anything. Okay. Add. What are you thinking? What will be the output? What will happen actually? Tell me the flow. What will happen? Any idea?
Sir,
If no idea, tell me. Yeah.
After line number 3, some value will become, no?
After line
output
number 3,
10. Where is written 10, sir?
which 10?
Sir, you're showing some value, not 10, like 10.
Yeah, that is already written on that HTML.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
Okay.
No. Let it to be 10. That's not an issue. But oh, that is coming from this man. First JavaScript. Yeah, now it's not. Okay. So what will be the operation here? Tell me this one. What will happen here? Whatever line code we had written, what it will do? Any error or something? I don't know.
After 5 seconds, it will print 20.
Okay, fine. Okay. It will print, no, not 20. That is okay. Okay. What you told? After 5 seconds, it will print, means 5 milliseconds, it will print 20. Okay.
Yes.
What about others?
Yes, sir. Here, first of all, print 20. After 5 seconds, it will print like hello, callback.
So after 5 milliseconds, which will print?
Hello, callback.
Okay. And when the 20?
20, sir. When you execute this code, first of all, print 20. Then after 5 milliseconds, it will print hello,
Okay.
callback.
It will print that hello or whatever callback function we had written. Let's save and check that. What we got? We got 20. Just wait for few seconds. We getting or not? We got a hello callback. Got it?
Sir,
So what
ulta.
happened? Yeah, आपका उल्टा हो गया था. Okay. So what happened? First, we call the function add. Okay. Maybe you thinking that position is the matter. Take this. What you thinking? Position is the matter. What will be the output now?
No, sir. Position is not matter. Here you are passing the function as an argument, and that argument is, and you are passing this also timer also.
Yeah. So
What is happening as per time, it is getting printed.
correct. So this position will not the matter, because anyway, this function will get a call. Which function? My function. Okay. This my function getting called only when? After 5 seconds, because set timeout is there. And this is working as a callback. It will get executed at each 5 seconds. Means not each, means after 5 seconds. Correct? Let's save. So now we got the 20. Wait for 5 milliseconds. It came hello callback. Got it? The idea or not? So how this working? So it working that value means first, yeah. So what I was telling actually. Where is the sentence? That line is written. No, this one. Okay, let it to be. But what is going here? We are calling this function. Okay, after 5 seconds. But meanwhile, another function is also running in the parallel. Correct or not? Which function is running
Yes,
in
sir.
the parallelly?
Sir,
Add
aid
function.
function, sir. Yeah.
Correct. So that means the asynchronous call. Asynchronous, what we had seen the definition just now. We seen that function running in the parallel. Correct. Function say running in the parallel with another function called the asynchronous, and set timeout will work their better performance. So what it doing? Add method is there. After 5 seconds, this function get called. Means parallelly this function was also running, and after 5 seconds, this function get called. That's why that and we had used in both case we had used the demo one. That's why the first value get overridden, and we get the last value. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Got got this idea that how asynchronous is working. So we
Sir,
getting the value. Yeah.
in line number 14, pass one times and while true.
Where?
Line number 14, sir. Complete line number 14. Pass inside the make one while true loop and pass inside, sir. While true.
It will hang my system.
No, sir. Yes. What will be output came?
While true, condition become true, this will get executed. While true, this will again get executed. Anyway, after 5 seconds, this will become. Let's see what happened. It's not
ये तो
getting
execute
executed
ही नहीं
also.
हो रहा है, sir.
Hmm. But
इसको
condition
20
is
टाइम चलाए तब, सर. सर इसको कुछ टाइम चलाइए फिर क्या होता है, सर.
इसको
हाँ, कुछ टाइम तक चलाइए कंडीशन को.
तो उससे क्या होगा? कंडीशन ओके ओके कंडीशन को चलाना है. तो लेट I equal to 0 and I less than 10. What is the issue?
वाइल हटा के 4 लगा दीजिए, सर. वो आपको वाइल, सर, पहले वो इनिशियलाइज करना पड़ेगा एक वैल्यू को. वाइल लूप में, सर. वाइल से बाहर, सर.
Mm-hmm.
इक्वल टू 0. इधर सेट टाइम आउट के बाद आई प्लस प्लस कर दीजिए, सर.
यहाँ
बस
कंडीशन
कंडीशन हो गया, सर. कंडीशन.
हाँ करेक्ट करेक्ट I plus plus. Let's see what it will give. It is still going on, and this execution is continue. It not stopping that execution itself. Let's stop this. Otherwise, it will hang my system. Where is control? Remove this.
टैब को ही क्लोज करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, that we have to do. That also not getting. Oh my god. इससे दुश्मनी निकालना हो ना, इनफाइनाइट लूप चला दो, उसका सिस्टम अपने से दुश्मनी निकाल देगा.
चींटी निकालने का बहुत अच्छा तरीका होता है कंप्यूटर से.
चीटी निकालने का
हाँ, मेरे लैपटॉप में घुस गया था, सर. एक बार इतना ज्यादा चींटी घुस गया था.
तो क्या किया?
छोटा छोटा.
इनफाइनाइट लूप चला दिए क्या?
हमको पता चला था कि इनफाइनाइट लूप चलाने से वो निकल जाता है. चींटी तो चला दिए थे.
सर सिस्टम गर्म हो जाता है सर, पंखा तेज हो जाता है.
हाँ वो तो बात है. Okay, so what we done here, we seen that when we was executing the set timeout, that same time add function is also running in the parallelly. Correct? It's not waiting. Okay, so it's not waiting that when set timeout will come, means when the 5 second will come, 5 millisecond, then only add function will get a stop or add function will get execute. It's not like that. It's add function is doing their own task, set timeout is also there doing their own task. But what we had seen in the first line itself, in the case of the callback, in the set timeout, we had seen I will finish later. Okay, it telling that I will finish later. When it will finish? After 5 milliseconds, it will call. It will finish. But in the callback, yeah, I will call you, like call back later. When it will get called back? So we are getting called back. This function getting called when? After 5 milliseconds. Got it? So this is the main thing actually in the case of the callback. Got some idea or not? So set timeout. Set timeout done like this. So there is another thing. Set interval. Means there are many things are there. Set interval. What it will do actually? Any idea? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, sir. It will make an interval. So after each 5 seconds, this will be executed.
लग रहा है कि सब शॉक्ड हो गए हैं कि जावास्क्रिप्ट अभी तक चल रहा है। मतलब कोई कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहा है। जब
थोड़ा ऊपर
इम्पोर्टेंट
ऊपर से
टॉपिक
जा रहा है सर,
वो
इसलिए
लग रहा है, जब इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक आया तो पता चलता है सबका कहानी खत्म। जब चीटी वाला था तो सबको मजा आ रहा था पढ़ने में, बट ये तो इजी है, कहाँ कुछ वैसा लग रहा है। सो सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, सेट इंटरवल। Set interval means at each interval this function will get called. Now you can see that hello get called fifth time. Okay, let's wait, it will get called. Now it's become sixth time. So means you can increase or decrease this one. Suppose you want to do some operation fast, you can do that. Now see, hello 1 2 3 4 5 6, it will continue going on. We are not stopping that function, so you will get that. So see, same thing you can do in the case of your which one, getting the color. Okay, that randomly you can
time
set the
also,
color.
sir.
What
Time, sir.
Yeah, time also we are getting that. We are when we creating the clock, then we are using the set time out itself, that
Yes.
at each interval, means the set interval we are doing, at each interval it going to click this, then only your browser UI will get clicked. Or otherwise when the match applications are there, like cricket biz. Okay, that's they updating the scores each second. How they are doing? They are using the set interval. So they are means what you have to do, you have to think that your page without refreshing the URL, your page have to refresh. So how you will do? You can go with the asynchronous method and you will use the callback. So your page will get refreshed without calling the, means without reloading the page. Got it? Suppose you have to see with the help of set interval or set timeout, what we can do. Suppose that set interval, we are running that now 70 or 83 times the function get called. Suppose you have to make the color change. So, okay, let it to be. Where is that? How to add the color in the body section? Tell. Forget this all things. How to call that?
सर बॉडी को टारगेट कीजिए,
change color.
Yeah.
Okay, next document dot get element by id. We will pass here id color. We will write that
color.
where is the, oh, body is there already. Okay, fine. So we will pass the body. Okay,
Body.
next dot
Inner
style.
style. Yeah. Style dot background color.
लगता है जिसको इंटरव्यू देना है वो सब भूल गया है, मुझे ही याद हो गया सारा। background color. Okay, now in the case of background color, I will not use value directly. I will make the array. Color array equal to make array red,
blue,
comma
comma
blue,
green,
green,
comma yellow,
yellow.
pink, orange.
Next.
बहुत है सर.
Yeah. Okay, let it to be. Okay, so how we will call this value?
So
Suppose that just verify whether everything is working fine or not. Okay, then we will see. So don't wait that this function, that function. Let's pass it directly. Let's see first. Who giving error? Cannot read the property of null style. Okay, why? Style dot color, background color. What is the issue? What is there?
document not get it by IT body.com. लाइन नंबर नहीं दे रहा है सर.
1 second. वेट, हम लोग आते हैं एक तीसरा बनाकर पेज को पहले. थ्री डॉट JS
सर
डबल
गलती की है सर. सर
कलर.
क्लास पास किए वहाँ पे, वो आप आईडी गेट कर रहे हैं क्लास की मदद से.
ओहो, ओके, करेक्ट. वेब कमेंट कमेंट दिस 3 फाइन. what are we doing? 2.js बंद कर दें. ओके फाइन, लेट इट टू बी. then we have 3 dot, oh that is name.
अंडरस्कोर सर.
Yeah, 3 dot. Okay, fine. So we got the color in the body. Now tell me. Yeah, so how to get that color from the array? Means the random color. Which method we will use?
शॉर्ट मेथड सर.
Which method?
सर वो शॉर्ट करेंगे सर अरे को, और उसमें सर वो कॉल
Math
बैक वाला
dot random, sir.
या
Why will
रैंडम
go
वाला.
with sort? We will go directly math dot
मैं
random.
तो रैंडम.
Yeah, and how we will pass the value?
सर तो फिर
And
पता कैसे चलेगा कितना इंटरवल के बीच रैंडम ले रहा है सर.
okay, let it to be. First take that random value. Later we will come on that. How to pass that color value inside? In the argument we have to pass, or how? I don't know that.
हाउ कैन यू पास सर आर्गुमेंट? इट इज कंप्लीट.
Yeah, I know that. That's not the correct. So where we will pass the argument means value.
Sir, any value means red, any color.
Okay, you telling to pass here. Let's pass. Where it's not working.
सर
Means
हम लोग
what?
अरे का इंडेक्स के वो दोहरा टारगेट करेंगे सर, तब होगा ना.
Array के index के द्वारा.
अरे का इंडेक्स टारगेट करेंगे तब तो रेड ब्लू ग्रीन ऐसे करके आएगा. तो उसको इंडेक्स सर हमको चेंज करना है ना.
Yeah.
तो सर हम लोग सॉर्ट करेंगे अरे को, उसमें सर वो रैंडम मेथड लगाएंगे अंदर. वो क्या 0.5
Okay. Tell.
माइनस मैथ डॉट रैंडम लाइक दैट सर.
Yeah. Correct.
So
So tell that.
paste complete array inside the 4 line number 4 sir.
Yeah, that we will take that color array. Dot. Correct or not?
Sort.
Dot sort. Okay.
Yes sir.
Next.
Sort. After sort call one function sir inside the sort.
Yeah.
Make one function.
Callback.
Yeah. Here
Fine.
pass sir. Yeah.
Return
0.5 is 0.5
0.5
minus
minus
math dot random.
math dot random.
Here need yeah sir. Yeah. Here need
Okay.
curly braces sir. No?
I think something
After
mistake is going on.
Sir here we pass are outside sir. Not right in one line, sir. Yes.
I think some mistake is going on. How
Sir,
to
it's
make
late array, sir. It's a late. It's how can you access sir late inside the function, sir? Because it's a late type, no? It's not a
no,
bare var type.
that's fine, but the problem is here itself. We are trying to get the random value. That is the issue.
Sir, here, sir, one time pass only, sir, function name, not pass complete.
Okay,
One time
tell.
call function inside the suit. Yeah, here, right? What? A color array dot sort. Yeah, inside parenthesis, we call one function, pass one function, sir.
Where?
Function name in parenthesis, sir.
Okay.
Any function
Func-
name, any
okay.
function name, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay, okay, and make parenthesis. Yeah, after, sir, we call a function a. Yeah, inside,
Yeah.
sir. Inside we pass a return type. Return, yeah. Here pass what? 0 and 5 minus mat dot random minus mat dot random. No, sorry.
Minus or this one or
Okay.
multiplication. Okay, let's see. So what we doing there? We are calling that we are math dot sort. Okay. Then okay. So means your value
Pass
will
index
become
zero, print one index 0, sir. What will be
your
cancel?
your value will come here. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
After
cut
function
this.
calling. Yeah.
Pass this. Fine.
Yeah.
Let's save.
Sir, but yeah, okay. We are showing some error. Hmm? Only-
The comparison function must be either a function or undefined. So we are doing in the comparison this one. Okay, minus. Let it to be math dot random. Again, give an error. What is the problem? No idea. Go with that.
Mhm.
Take a random value from the array using JS.
क्या करते हैं यार
So here we return function, then something array math dot floor dot math random into array dot length. Okay. Then where is the my array? My array is change color. Hmm. Math dot floor random array dot length. Remove this. Change color dot length. Okay. Then don dot inner HTML. Remove this also and write there return. We are returning the value. So call this function now. Let's change that. Change change color. Change color. Let format. Change color. Okay. Return we had done. Then okay, 1 second. Colors. Colors. Okay. Then where it's targeting? It's targeting or not? Oh, it's targeting this function. We did mistake then. It is targeting now. It's not targeting. Oh, sorry. That is change array. I did mistake. Sorry. Color array. Color array dot math dot floor. Is that fine? There, this function is getting called. Let's pass inside log. Save. let's see what it going to do. So it given undefined, but it not given error. Where is the mistake? Inside this mistake is going on. Sorry. I be written this. Return X. Yeah. Yeah. So now we got the color as blue. Fine. Reload. Pink. Reload. Pink. Yellow. Green. 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 Blue. Orange. Pink. Something we getting. Okay. So this we was doing actually. So what we done? We had done a return and a color name means whatever array was there that we had passed. Inside that math dot floor and inside math dot random we had done. Okay. Let's remove this math dot floor. Now check this math dot random and multiply array dot length. Something we have done. Oh, I took one undefined color array. It to be done. So we got the yellow color. What I was doing actually, what you shared in the chat. Color sort return.
सर ये काम तो कर रहा है वैसे सर.
Yeah. The same thing is that one actually. Return one. Right here also. No, that's also simple. So return this dot 0.5. But where you taking the array? Okay, colors dot sort. Okay, got it. Okay, let it to be. Take this itself. This also the correct. That's not an issue. We got the output here also. Okay, so what we done here? We taken here color array dot sort function return. Okay. So who is going to call this function? This is callback color array dot sort. So here we have to write something. No? Let
No sir, no need to write there sir. We directly write like document dot get element by id and we pass here sir like a color array inside
dot
big
sort
bracket 0 because sir your first element always change randomly na sir.
yeah, 1 second.
So
No, that's fine. But here what we are doing, we are taking that color array that become the array. Okay. And then we are doing the sort. So here it returning the some value. Correct. And then it's returning by the sorting method.
sir, it's sorting like a index wise, sir. Whatever index, whatever length of that color array, it is
Yeah.
interchange position, sir, like that, sir.
It's
That
giving
function,
like
sir.
this one, a minus b. Okay. So where we will print means how we will print in the console.
After line number 19, sir.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Here
here we
we
will write.
console log
Don't
console
don't
console
go
observe.
console. Directly go with document dot.
Yes, sir. After line number 19, line number 18, yeah. Here,
So the document dot get element by id, and here we will call the math dot random. Remove this one. Correct.
yeah. Here,
And which
sir, inside the parent say here directly we write sir color array
okay
and call index 0 sir.
0.
Yeah,
Then it will get called 0th position. But we
yeah,
have to
0
get the
position.
value. But we have to get the value from that array.
Yeah, from that array sir. What will be written in color sir?
Yeah. So we not want the 0, 1, 2, 3.
Sir, here printing red after blue and green like that sir. It is interchange.
Let me check that. Okay. Let me check in console. Okay. We got here pink. Okay. Next orange, blue. Okay, fine. It's changing. Okay. So yeah. So what we will do? We will call this function, that short one, after some interval. Where is that interval gone? Okay, that file. So where is the set timeout? This one, set interval. Take this one. Means we will call that after few second. Color array, it's doing. Yeah, fine. It done pink. Now I not want to call. We will call that with the help of set interval. What we will call here? This one. No? Dharmender, is this correct? So let's see. Oh my God, error came. What error is there? Pink is not defined. Pink is not defined. Where not defined? It giving in the console. 1 second. No, not in console. That giving in the. Where we have to change it, pass that value.
Sir, line
Any
number
idea?
20, make in variable, sir, and then pass that variable inside the line number 22.
This one you telling.
No, sir, complete line number 20.
Line number 20. Okay.
Yeah, sir. वो एक सर लाइन नंबर 20 को एक वेरिएबल में कीजिए सर.
1 second. Let response equal to. Then what about this value?
यहाँ रिस्पॉन्स को सर, यहाँ रिस्पॉन्स को पास कीजिए ना सर, वो वैल्यू ऑटोमेटिक 0 पोजीशन चेंज होता रहेगा ना सर.
But I think I have doubt.
एक बार चेक करने में क्या आ जाता है सर.
See that error came.
ये एरर क्यों आ रहा है?
How you can pass 3 value here? Because here what value we had passed, color dot 0, that value affected here because red. Okay, and after that red is not defined because red is a function. It accepting that here that is a function type, but this is a value. Correct. This is a callback.
सर उसको कंप्लीट एक फंक्शन के अंदर डालना पड़ेगा सर.
That's a step. What happened? Pink is not defined. Oh my God, where the error is? This one is a return set timeout. Okay, color 0. Remove this one. Let's see. So we got error there again.
सर उसको क्या करना पड़ेगा सर वहाँ पे ये.
We can do one thing. Take this one. Change color. That was also working fine. Correct. And change color. Take this and remove this one. Pass this. Anyway, it will return the value. Let's see. We got green. Console is not written. Okay. Write there console. Where we can write console. It will not give color here. Anyway, okay. Let it reload. It giving different color. Fine. Now add this callback. Remove this color name. Okay. And what is the function? Function is change color. Correct. Now save. Now see whether it's working or giving error. So what have to do this after 1 second? This have to change the color. What happened? It's not calling. What we had used set interval. After this, fine. After each second, it have to call change colors. Okay. It called here. This is the mistake something. Because here, okay, 1 second. No, but what is the mistake? Any idea, anyone?
So, उसको करेंगे तभी पता चलेगा.
Because after 1 second, this function have to call, but it's not calling that function. Okay, let it to be. Just try this one. This is interesting actually. Okay, so what you have to do? You have to use this set interval and make this callback. And after that, after some seconds, you have to call this function. Which function? Color changing, because we had defined. Remove this one. When we are running, that time it's a calling, because that one. Okay, 1 second. Giving error. Yeah, it's worked. Now see. Automatic after that time means when the interval will finish, that 1 second, it will get execute automatic. We not have to do anything. Got it? So what it is doing? It doing that set interval, and after 1 second, the color is automatic changing. From where the color is coming? Color is coming from this random data, which we had passed the color name. You want explanation?
नहीं सर, ये 1000 को सर कम कीजिएगा थोड़ा. कम कीजिए सर, बहुत ज्यादा कर दिए.
Oh, sorry. ये 5000 हो गया. या
और कम कीजिए ना सर.
तब कहाँ समझ रहे हो?
डीजे
विप्रो का
हाँ, ये
एलईडी
इसको
लाई.
वही हम
विप्रो
सोच रहे
का.
थे, काम क्यों नहीं कर रहा है. और सर इसको 1 कीजिए ना सर.
अरे और
सर
कितना कम कराओगे भाई? 0 करवाओगे
फर्क
क्या?
नहीं
तो
पड़
पता
रहा
है
है कुछ.
फर्क पड़ रहा है ना. इतना स्पीड है कि वो पता क्या चलेगा.
नहीं सर, स्पीड अभी और तेज होना चाहिए उसको.
तुम समझ रहे हैं कि तुम क्या सोच रहे हो? मेरा लैपटॉप खराब करने के विचार में हो ना? रहने दो.
और सर एक चीज और सर पूछ रहे थे सर. सर ये जो रेड ब्लू ग्रीन जैसे एरे में यूज किए हैं ना सर, उसके जगह पे हम लोग डायरेक्ट जो आपका हेक्साडेसिमल वैल्यू होता है वो यूज करेंगे. और
Yeah, but I don't know how to, means we can pass the value. That will be somewhat complex. We can pass that hexadecimal here also. It's not the
हाँ, हम
issue.
यूज किए थे हेक्साडेसिमल भैया, वो हो रहा था, काम कर रहा था.
We can
हम
pass with the
HSL
help
पास
of
किए थे.
looping. Yeah,
क्योंकि
we can.
उससे क्या हुआ सर, बहुत सारा कलर कॉम्बिनेशन हो जाएगा, मतलब
जी जी.
हर
Yeah,
सेकंड.
yeah. See that here itself we can get that one. But in place of passing this color, no need to pass the color. Okay, what you can do, you have to think like how you will iterate and you will increase this value automatic. Like if is there, then when you changing the color, see that numbering. Okay, so you have to create this hexadecimal number also directly in place of the passing that hard coded. For right now, we had passed this value, but try to ignore this and create that value directly. Got it? Amardeep, clear?
यस सर.
Yeah, means we have to take all the value dynamic from the user end. Means automatic, no need to pass anything hard coded. So see what we had done in this example, we had taken some value for the color, and after that we had done, means we had written normal method, whatever we are writing. After that we had taken that document.getElement style HTML, and in this we are going with the random. That is the random method, and in the random method, whatever value means whatever value it will pass, because it going to take the value randomly from this itself, this array. So once whatever value it getting, it going to pass this variable directly. But who is calling this function, this complete function? Who is calling and how we are getting? Because we had not written any call method, function call. Sorry. We had not written any function call like this one. So who is going to call? So it's a calling with the help of a callback method. Correct? Set interval. So set interval, whenever the time become each, we had used set interval. So each 2 millisecond, this function will get called. Let's see inside itself different method. Set interval, remove this. Okay. Copy this comment. And now take another one. In interview, they are asking this thing. Okay. So keep in mind, set timeout. What it will do? It will get execute means change color method. It will execute after 2 millisecond, and it will execute only one time, because once the time will finish, let's save and wait for the time. It got yellow. Now wait for others. It will not get execute because only one time. Set timeout. 2 millisecond completed. This function got executed. Next. What is next? Any idea? Set timeout, set interval. What is this? Set interval, set timeout. Nothing is there. I don't know. Set interval, set timeout. Only two things, I think. Okay. So like this way, we are creating the callback and we are passing the value and we are passing the time at when, means when you have to get executed that method. So like this type we can create that. So this was the callback function with asynchronous. If you want code, I can give you. Okay. So see, this was the means like each second you are printing the color. Okay. In interview, they had asked one question. What question was that? I telling you. This is the array. This is the array. In TCS, they had asked the interview in one question interview that from the array you have to print the value, means array data at each means a second or time interval like that. Means you have to print the value, print array value at each, suppose that each 2 second, means 2 millisecond. So how we can do? We can do the same way, because anyway we are getting here what value? This is getting random color value, means a random value from the array itself. If you want just array value, you can write like this. And main thing, who is going to play main role? Main role is this one, set timeout, means set interval or set timeout. So if you're telling that at each interval, you can go with the set interval. If they're telling set timeout, means after 1 second, you can go with the set timeout, like that way. This was the question actually. For the Angular time itself, they had asked, not to me, to someone. Suppose you have to, means if they asking that you have to execute some function at each 5 second or 10 second, so you can go with this one. So this is the main, means say the game of the callback method is that one, that at each time whenever this something is required, not only the case of the set timeout or this timing purpose, whenever there is required, it will get called. So how we are calling the callback? With the help of the function name without the parenthesis. Got it? Anyone having any issue? So same thing we had seen here. So this completed. In the real world, callbacks are most often used in the asynchronous function in typically set timeout. We seen that how we can use that set timeout. So in set timeout, when we pass a function as an argument, remember not to use the parenthesis. Fine, right? Set timeout. What we are doing? We are passing my function, and here we are passing the time. But this is the wrong. What is wrong? My function parenthesis. Because why this is wrong? Any idea? Why this second line is wrong?
Because sir,
This is a
in
callback.
callback function, sir.
Callback
Callback
and
function we can't.
yeah, callback
When
we
you
can't.
passing like argument, we can't pass in parentheses.
Yeah, correct. That's it. So when we will pass the function name, no need to pass the parenthesis. Instead of passing the name of a function as an argument to another function, you can always pass a whole function instead. Means now what we are doing, we are writing the function name. In place of function name, you can pass the complete function also. It will also work the same type. Like here we had written 100% completed. What completed? Shweta, you are not jobless, okay? You are salaried guide.
श्वेता चली गई, श्वेता भाग गई.
हाँ, तो सही है. अब पैसा बचा के क्या करेगी?
जैसे आप बचा के क्या करते हैं?
हम तो रिचार्ज कराते हैं. हम कहाँ बोल
वैसे
रहे हैं
ही
कभी कि डेटा का. मेरा तो वाईफाई नहीं चल रहा था. 1 सेकंड देखने तो डेटा आया क्या. 1 सेकंड. अरे लैंड केबल तो लग जा.
सर हम आपके लगाते ना सर, तो एयरटेल का स्ट्रीम भी लेते, जियो हॉल भी लेते. इतना पैसा है
दोनों
क्या
रखते
करते
हैं.
हैं
आपके पास भी कम थोड़ी है आजकल.
क्या करते?
अब तो भैया भी अमीर हो गए. मर्दी भैया पार्टी वार्टी दीजिए तो नहीं.
देखिए.
Okay, see. So in case of set timeout, what we are writing? We are writing the function name. But in place of function name, we can pass the complete function also. Both are same. It's not an issue. So what we doing here? Set timeout function and the curly braces, whatever function name is there. See that we
सर
had
इसको
written
प्रिंट
here
कराइए ना
function.
सर.
Okay.
सेम सेट टाइम इंटरवल से
हाँ लगा हुआ है ना set timeout.
इंटरवल लगाइए सर.
इंटरवल में प्रिंट नहीं होगा ना. पता ही नहीं चलेगा. बात यहाँ पर है.
प्लस कर दीजिए सर, पता चलेगा.
1 सेकेंड इसे हटाने दो मुझे. हाँ. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है रियली. Main thing actually now while working also you will use these all things frequently. Too much callback with.
सर कोई भी जावा कोड खोलते हैं किसी भी चीज का, तो उसमें सर इतना ना पहुंचाने रहता है ना, सब कॉल बैक के थ्रू रहता है.
Yeah,
समझ ही नहीं आता है, इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बना देते.
because that's not the issue. JavaScript is popular due to these all concept itself. Otherwise in the if you going with the Ajax without page reloading, you can refresh the page with the help of Ajax, and same thing you are doing with the help of the set timeout. Otherwise suppose the color is changing, for this color change you have to refresh the page, correct? But due to the set timeout, we not going to refresh the page or even the URL also, it not reloading, but automatic your functionality is doing. That is with the help of the callback. It means asynchronous and callback. Okay, so what we writing here? We are writing set timeout. Let's save. And what it going to do? See that? Okay, it will print here itself. Yeah, so it printed value. So what we done here? Here function is written and that timeout function, my function, then this one. Okay, and it printing the value my function document.html equal to value. Here we had written value and my function, we passed the value here.
ठीक है सर.
Okay, yes, is correct. So what we done here? We had taken this value and inside we are passing the argument. So we can write the complete function there also. Okay, but in place of writing like this, it will be always you can go with outer itself. But yeah, when the function is short, means just a simple, you can write like this. It's not an issue.
सर तो सेट टाइम आउट को हटा के सर वहाँ पे इंटरवल लगाइएगा थोड़ा.
चलो तू रात भर ऐसे ही खत्म करेगा का? Okay. Next, waiting for the interval. So what it will do? We are writing here function. After that parenthesis, then we are writing the function name, and then we are writing the logic, whatever you want. Is used as a callback. It is a complete function. The complete function is passed to set timeout as an argument. 3000 is the number of milliseconds before the timeout. So my function will be called after 3 seconds. Waiting for interval. When using a JavaScript set interval, you can specify a callback function to be executed each interval. Just now we had seen this thing. Set interval be done. My function we had passed and time we had passed here. And this is going to create your clock. So automatic you will get the output. Let's see this one. So with the help of actually we are means with the help of the set timeout itself, we are or set interval, we are going to create the clock. Let's see on the UI, your timer start running. What we had done? We had not done anything. We had just taken new date. That's it. And after that, dot get hour, dot get minute, and dot get second. But main role player is this one, set interval. Because suppose if you not using this one, see the demerit. What is the demerit? Now save. Your time is there, 5. For getting the second, refresh the page. Again, refresh the page. Refresh. Means that much time you have to reload your page. Correct? And only you will get that value. This is the problem. Why? Means this is now synchronous. It's wait for the response. But when we want to make this asynchronous, what we done? We had used the set interval. Got it? And now we not calling the function. It's automatic get called after each 1000 second. Means 1 millisecond. Let's save. See that. 48, 49, 50. See, the page is refreshing. That's why our selected area is also got a finish. Got it? So this is possible with the help of the which one? With the help of callback methods. Like a set interval we had used. These all are known as the callback method. Be careful regarding the callback and the methods which we used, set time interval, set timeout, set interval, these all things. In interview, they are asking too much. And we are using this thing frequently, too much. That is the thing. It's not that complicated. If you will write, you will get the idea. Suppose you are uploading the file, and after uploading file, you have to show some image that file got uploaded successful. You can do that. So what you can do? You can wait. You are waiting for the file upload. This here we had it's written something. Let's look over the example. You will get the idea. These all are same type. That's nothing is different. So here we usually my display or that's something inner HTML. Then here we are doing get file. Here we are writing callback, my callback. We pass that function. Let request equal to new XML HTTP request. Maybe you will not get idea. Later you will get that. So this is known as the Ajax XML HTTP request. This request will come from the server. Means if you had uploaded the file, request.open get method will come. My car.html file is there. Then onload request.onload. Then it will check the status. Request.status equal to 200. Then something will happen. Else a status becomes something. But see that we are calling the function. So this is means when you are going to use the server side language, that time this all thing will be useful, and that time we are checking the status. So let it to be when we will use that, then you will get the idea. So in this example what we doing, my displayer is the callback, and my displayer is passed to get file as an argument. Below copy, let it to be. Just keep in mind how that callback and asynchronous is working. Asynchronous means whatever you had seen, that is itself is asynchronous. Means parallelly that method is working, that itself is the asynchronous. We will cover somewhat more in the asynchronous later, not an issue. So promise is pending. We will cover the promise tomorrow. Promise means same thing, whatever doing that. Promise means a promise for something.